Hey everybody. A couple days back, I sat down and I did a sort of a tabletop commentary on my thoughts of the 22 as a survival tool. And decided I was going to make this a VR to Magic Preppers video that he did a while back, sort of laying out why he didn't like the 22 as a survival or a prepper tool. Now, I think a lot of it's got to do with context. So I wanted to sort of give my opinion and how I looked at using a 22 as a survival tool. So this isn't a bash Magic Prepper in any way, shape, or form. I just kind of wanted to talk about how I use a 22 and what I think the context of that is. I'll actually put a link to his video in the description of this video here. But anyway, that commentary is coming up next. You guys take care. Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. Can't really do the videos for you guys now like I'd like, and doctor's got me on a bit of a short leash. I'm pretty much one step above bed rest while I'm waiting for surgery, basically. But we can do some videos here, just kind of sitting in the house, discussing certain topics. And there's one particular topic that gets kicked around quite a bit on YouTube. And if you put that in the search bar, you're going to get just all kinds of videos. And that's the concept of a 22 survival rifle. Now, I've seen a lot of videos kind of recently knocking a 22, and I think there's different reasons for that. But I think the main reason why a lot of folks don't like a 22 in a survival role is sort of their mindset. And there's a lot of mindset out there from people who are in the military, and people who are in the military um, are basically trained that you want to engage targets at maximum distance. And actually, survival or subsistence use of a 22 would be the actual opposite of that. You don't want to shoot until you see the whites of their eyes. You want to be as close to your target as possible so you can put that target down. And the reason I say that is I've done a lot of hiking. I've hiked all over the farms and woodlots in the Lower Peninsula here in Michigan, and in the northern part of the Lower Peninsula, the sand dunes and the woods up there, and then all across the UP. Long Lake Superior, Sturgeon Gorge Wilderness, I've hiked, and I have ran into just a lot of small game. Probably 90% of the hikes I've been on, I've ran into some kind of game that if I had a 22 with me and it was a survival situation, I could have shot something to supplement the food that I already had with me. And in my experience and in my personal opinion, a 22 isn't a 100-yard gun. A lot of people think that they can shoot at 100 yards, and with practice and the right optics and stuff, you certainly can. But in my own personal experience, the closer with a 22 you are to your target, the better off you're going to be. And then that comes down to you're going to more likely than not in a survival situation, you're going to bump into whatever game it is that you want to shoot. And when that happens, it's going to be at close range. It's going to be at probably 25 yards or less. You see a squirrel, you see a rabbit, whatever, and that's where I think a 22 set up properly can actually help you. A 22 isn't a. I know there's been talk where 22 they talk about 22 and self for use for self defense, but a 22, in my opinion, is a subsistence weapon. It is a weapon that you use to basically feed yourself, dispatch animals and stuff. And I believe that's where it falls in. I wouldn't use a 22 for personal protection unless I absolutely had to. And the other thing with 22s, people kind of knock the reliability of them. And for me personally, um, reliability in 22 for me boils down to the ammunition. And there's lots of different 22 ammunition out there, but in my mind, there's only two kinds. There's CCI mini mags and there's everything else, because CCI mini mags have always been the most reliable 22 shells that I have ever used. And there's a lot of differences between 22 shells. If you take all the different 22 shells, your Winchesters, your CCIs, your Remingtons, your Federals, whatever, you put them all right beside each other, you'll notice differences in them. And the one I'm going to mention right now is the one I've noticed the most. You look at Remington 22 ammunition, like a Remington Golden Bullet, they are just slightly longer than some of the other 22 shells. And I've found that those shells that are longer, those 22 shells that are longer, are more likely to have reliability issues. So I basically don't use those. I stay with the 22 shells like the CCIs that are shorter. Now, not that there's not some good other brands ammunition out there. Probably my second, if I had a second choice next to the CCI, would be Winchesters. Winchesters have been fairly reliable to me over the years as well. And so that's basically the concept or the context that I look at, a 22 survival rifle. If I want a 22 survival rifle, and I actually do have a 22 survival rifle that I have set up, um, but I look at the 22 as something that's a close range, a quick snap shot, like a red dot on your 1022 or your 22 that you have. You want to be able to use that 22 as a quick snap shooting gun. I seen something, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to quickly use it. It's not in that subsistence role. I know there's target guns and there's things like that that are out there, but being able to make that quick snap shot in a short, compact package is, I think, what a 22 survival rifle should be. But anyway, I just thought I'd want to have this quick conversation with you guys, kind of mentioning some of those things, some of those experiences that I had, and some of my own personal knowledge of the different things that I've done over the years as far as using what some would call a 22 survival rifle. Anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys got a little information out of this video as always, and you guys have a good one.